Hey, how you doing? This is Craig back from StopDrinkingExpert.com, the website where we help people like you to break the loop of alcohol addiction, where we have the world's most respected and successful quit drinking course. And if you are worried about your drinking, do something about it. Attend today's free quit drinking webinar. The address is at the bottom of the screen. So today I want to call you out on some BS. And I'm sure this doesn't apply to you actually, but I'm going to mention it anyway because I saw a comment on YouTube this morning from someone and it made me laugh, not in a good way. It reminded me of when I was a drinker. This person had put, I'm pretty sure I've got a problem, but what I will say is I always go out of my way to buy the finest quality alcohol available. And I think I commented and put, that doesn't make any sense. There's no such thing as good quality poison. But I'm not highlighting this person to ridicule them because that's exactly what I used to say to myself back in the day. You know, I went through probably 2 to 3 years of my life where I told myself I didn't have a drinking problem. I was a wine connoisseur. I was an expert in wine. You know, I appreciated the finer quality things in life. That was me. And, you know, I was one of those people that would put on the performance in restaurants. You know, I would want to be presented with the label of the bottle. I don't know why. I would sample the wine. You know, I'd smell it. Yes, I got a really nice bouquet there. And oh, the color is right. I swirl the glass, make sure it swirls correctly. I did all this stuff that absolutely, clearly highlights me as a complete dick. But I did it. And I believed in it. I was even worse than that, actually. I did the performance even when I was at home. I had a little tasting journal. So I would pour the wine and I would make notes in my tasting journal. I'd go, yes, aroma of plum, undercurrent of bark, whatever that means. And some of the phrases for wine, like ridiculous. Because some of the things that they say that wine has little, you know, hints of, you wouldn't want to taste anyway. You hear people saying, yes, hints of charcoal. Well, who wants to eat charcoal? I'm getting a very earthy taste, a very subtle flavor of topsoil coming through. It's crazy, isn't it? But anyway, I fell for all this. This is how I defended my drinking. And, you know, in my wine rack, I would have bottles of wine in there that were just stupidly expensive. I remember at one point I had a crate of Chateau Lynchbage, which is a French Bordeaux. It was like $400 a bottle. And at the same time, I was broke. I was flat broke, you know. I was up to my neck in debt. I'd remortgaged the home. I had credit cards everywhere, but I needed that expensive wine to help support the foundations of this dream world that I'd created, that I was a connoisseur of wine, not an alcoholic. So I needed this. But you know, what I'll say about that person who commented and said, I always try and buy the finest quality alcohol. Let me tell you something straight. In the history of planet Earth, there has never been anyone rushed to the emergency room with liver failure because of their drinking. And the surgeons got them on the operating table and cut them open and gone, oh, thank God. Oh, my God. Thank you. Thank God. Thank God they drank the good quality stuff. We're going to be able to fix this straight up. That's never happened because alcohol does not discriminate like that. You know, I liked to think that I was somehow superior because I was drinking very expensive, high quality poison. But the truth is, and sometimes you need to be slapped about the face with this truth, there is no difference between the guy drinking $400 Chateau Lynchbage and the homeless person sitting on a bench drinking cider out of a brown paper bag. There is no difference. You are drinking the same poison. It's just that this guy over here is willing to spend a couple of $100s on marketing and a fancy bottle. That's it. So if you're telling yourself that you're in a, you're in a different world because of your alcohol choice, it's time to slap yourself about the face and accept the reality. I saw something really shocking yesterday. I'm feeling quite nostalgic at the moment. I keep going back and finding TV series from when I was a kid. And there was one in the 1970s that I was probably too young to watch at the time, but I was aware of it. And I've started watching it. It was called George and Mildred. I guess if you're outside of the UK, you won't know about it. But there was a very cheesy 70s sitcom called George and Mildred. And I started watching a few episodes, and I decided to Google the cast to see where they are now. And I was quite shocked and saddened when I looked at the lead character who played Mildred. And she was an actress called, she had a strange name. It was like Eutha Joyce was her name. And this is her. Quite a striking looking woman. And this is the series that she was in, George and Mildred, with Brian Cook. No, Brian Murphy was the kind of second lead in it. So I Googled her. She died at the age of 51, 52, something like that, from liver failure. Apparently desperately unhappy with her life, was drinking between half a bottle and a full bottle of brandy every day for 10 years throughout the entire filming of this series that made her a household name. So that just shows you it doesn't discriminate. You can be one of the most famous people on planet Earth. You can have everything. You can have the luxury lifestyle. You can have all the money you want. And alcohol does not care. It's going to take you out exactly the same way as the homeless guy sitting on the bench in the park. So here's the challenge for you today. It's a little honesty session. In the comments below, please. Come on, be honest. What do you still tell yourself about alcohol that there's a little bit of you knows it's a lie, but you generally believe? Do you believe that wine enhances a meal? Do you believe that you can't go out and have a steak without a fine bottle of red? Do you believe that champagne and the champagne lifestyle is something to aspire to? Do you think champagne means luxury? Put it in the comments below. The champagne thing is just one of the biggest scams going. Basically, champagne's fizzy wine, right? Except the people who make it got greedy. The people who make champagne said, right, we're going to make fizzy wine, but we kind of would like people to pay 10 times more than other people get for their wine. How can we do this? All right, so we'll say that you have to grow it in this little area of France. Then we're going to have some really strict controls and rules and regulations. And then we're going to be a bit mafia about it. You can only grow it if we say so. And then we're going to introduce scarcity so that we control the supply, so people have to spend a lot of money on it. If you think champagne is luxurious because it's expensive, then presumably you think oil is luxurious, because that's what OPEC does. OPEC says, right, we're going to turn the taps off so there's a reduction in supply, so people are forced to pay us more money for the thing that we know we could sell more cheaply if we wanted to, but because we're greedy, we don't. That's champagne. Fizzy wine made by greedy people. And we all fall for it, don't we? We all say, oh, champagne, what a treat. No, we should look at champagne and go, oh, champagne, what a scam. It's just, inside outside thinking. So that's it for today. But please, in the comments below, tell me the BS that you still say to yourself that you kind of know is a lie. Thanks for watching. And if you are worried about your drinking, take action today. Go and book your place on the free Quit Drinking webinar and get started on my online course. I'll see you in the next video. And it's the only drug on planet Earth that when you get a problem with it, they blame you and not the drug. That doesn't happen with any other substance. If you think about it, cigarettes. You tell someone you're addicted to cigarettes, they don't go, oh, you dirty smokeaholic.
you're broken, weak-willed smokeaholic. You're going to be a smokeaholic for the rest of your life. They don't do that. They don't give you that label and say, well, that's it. You're broken forever now.
I really consider this because it's different. It's different to anything you can find out there, and it gives you real mental freedom from the clutches of alcohol.
I had an email about 6 months ago from a lady. She said, I was thinking about joining your course, but then I've just seen that red wine is good for your heart. How do you defend against that, Mr. Stop Drinking Expert? Yeah, it must be true. I said, well, the defense against it is not true. And that's the biggest defense you can always have.